Now you can just ignore the background. It's got pretty much nothing to do with the video. I'm here today to talk about the DC Cup and the ban list for one simple reason. So for the people that don't really watch Duel Links or haven't followed Duel Links or haven't played Duel Links, the one thing that you may have heard a lot of people kind of talk about recently, especially with the DC Cup coming out, is that they copy and pasted it from Duel Links, and they really did. I'm here to tell you and confirm that that is 100% true. Everything that you are doing in the DC Cup is what people have done in the KC Cup for years and years and years, with the whole dual level max thing, and then the whole, playing with an ELO system this weekend. When you guys play the DC Cup, you're going to realize that you're just playing an ELO system, and that's just how ranked should be all the time over a span of 30 days rather than a span of 3 days or however long the DC Cup is going to take to kind of end. And this is not going to be the final form. What's probably going to happen is they're going to have a couple of these DC Cups, and then, the winners of the DC Cup will be able to participate in the real competitive format, where we'll find out if they're going to use a best of 3 system, if they're going to use a multi-deck system, if they're going to use single elimination system. In Duel Links, they use a multiple deck format for their, high-end competitiveness tournaments. So it'll be very interesting to see, just what people end up doing in terms of, or what Konami ends up doing in terms of competitiveness for the game. But what we want to talk about is the ban list. The ban list, in my opinion, this is going to be the first time Konami has solid data that they care about in terms of creating a ban list. And I do believe that the next upcoming ban list will be the first real major ban list that we will get in Master Duel. I say this because that's what happens in Duel Links. And so far, Master Duel has been a carbon copy of Duel Links when it comes to its actual systems, the actual systems in play, how they do their ranked mode, how you can't demote, how all that stuff besides crafting has been a direct copy from Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, which makes sense. They created Duel Links systems in order to kind of beta test for Master Duel. Makes complete total sense. So with that being said, when we play Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links and we have a KC Cup or Worlds, we always anticipate a ban list, usually 1 to 2 weeks after the KC Cup has ended, but lately it has been like 1 to 2 days after the KC Cup has concluded, and it's usually the ban list that warps the entire meta. The most played decks are always nerfed, etc., etc., etc. So the one thing that we learned from KC Cup 2 in Duel Links is that the data that Konami takes when they are making their ban list always comes from KC Cup specifically. They don't really look at Duel Links' ranked mode, and they definitely do not take a look at the community tournaments. They know about the community tournaments, and they know what's going on in the community tournaments because they are constantly releasing new cards. For example, they just released Dimensional Fissure in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. And, that's obviously a side deck card. That's not really going to be played in too many main decks. There's like one deck that can main deck it, and even then, in ladder, probably not. The thing is, they are aware of it, and they'll release cards for it, but when they do bans specifically, they specifically look at the KC Cup. They have said they have looked specifically at the KC Cup, and if you look back at Duel Links' history, you will see that their bans correlate with usually the most represented decks and the top 100 decks that essentially got entered into the KC Cup. I have a high assumption that this is exactly what's going to happen in the DC Cup as well. I fully believe that the only real ban list we ever got, which was that original ban list where Ben 10, I think she's actually on here on screen. Yep, when Ben 10 ended up going to 1 and essentially killing Drytron, even though they did win the $500 GG Tour tournament. By the way, good job, proud of you. That was really the only real ban list. The only other ban list we've had was the one that pre-banned Adventure Tote Engine, right? And I believe the first ban list really was just there to kind of be like, okay, DPE is coming to the game. Let's kind of put some sort of limiting factor onto that. And then right afterwards, Adventurer is coming to the game. Let's put some sort of limiting factor onto that. And I think this next ban list we're going to get after the DC Cup, because we're for sure going to get a ban list after DC Cup, is going to be the big heavy one that everyone's been waiting for since this game's release, pretty much, and will kind of be telling of the future of the game. You know, if you see a bunch of floodgates on there like vanities and skill drain and all that being limited, you know that this game is going to be focused more on a non-side deck format. If you don't see those cards on there and instead you see things like Adventurer is banned because it was really played a lot, DPE is limited, Verte is banned, etc, 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 and they kind of break away from TCG and OCG and literally just go off on their own and do whatever they want to do with Master Duel, then it's probably going to be more of a best of 3 type of game once they eventually add best of 3 mode, or if they add best of 3, you know, for the whatever the culmination of their whatever their KCGT is going to be. I guess DCGT, I don't know, the Duelist Cup Grand Tournament, whatever that ends up being. You know, they may end up just deciding to keep it best of 3, like how Yu-Gi-Oh has been for the longest time. You know, in terms of predicting what's actually going to be on the ban list, you know, I'll definitely make a video about that once I see what the top 100 decks are in DC Cup. I have a pretty good idea what it's probably going to be. I always get asked the same question: do I think it's going to be, you know, are they going to limit Adventure? Are they going to limit Verte? Are they going to limit DPE? Are they just going to limit Floodgates? Like, what are they going to do, Rai? And I think this next ban list will be the most telling one. I think personally that this next ban list will be the one that separates Master Duel from the other Yu-Gi-Oh properties. They have said multiple times now that they want Master Duel to be its own thing. They don't want it to follow in the footsteps of TCG and OCG, and we're kind of finally getting away from that. A little bit with the, you know, obviously with the other ban lists we had, there's silly things like Fractal to 2 and stuff like that that you don't have in TCG and OCG, and we're kind of moving away from that. We'll see if cards like Max C will get banned. There's a lot of questions up in the air in terms of what Master Duel's format wants, you know, the philosophy behind it, what's it want to be, and I feel like this next upcoming DC Cup is where that's going to be answered, because, I mean, look at the first ban list. We have things like DD Dynamite on there, right? Because let's be fair, ranked, it does not give you good info. It gives you info like, oh, there's a whole bunch of bots and they are botting and they are playing DD Dynamite and they're exploding and this is the deck, you need to ban it right now. That's kind of what you're going to get from ranked if you went back to that era and kind of look through the data. The data is fraudulent. It's not going to be good data. You're not going to be able to make a proper ban list out of that. So I personally believe that after DC Cup, we're going to have our first major ban list. It's not Copium. Trust me, believe in me. This is how they did it in Duel Links, and they're just going to copy Duel Links because that is all they've been doing since the game has come out. It's going to happen. After DC Cup is posted and done, I will look at the top 100 decks, and I will make a proper ban list prediction video. So you can expect that in the near future. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for the support. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me your opinions. What do you think is going to get banned? Do you think there even is going to be a proper ban list? What's going to go on with this game? Tell me down below. Do you prefer a non-side deck event? Do you prefer a side deck event, multiple decks? Let me know. I love you guys so much. Till the next video, peace out.